Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. It's been a morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines, where it's all about connections among ourselves, with our city, with our state, with our country, with the things you bring to the table. But it's been a morning. Two bits of news, two news items that have nothing to do with Puerto Vallarta have made me totally dizzy this morning. Of course, I watched the announcement from Apple Computer this morning, the live announcement of new iPads and so forth and so on. And of course, this made me develop what I call a techno boner. But you can find out about that everywhere, of course. And then there's the one about the priest that got kidnapped. I think it was in Guerrero. Oh my God, that is so messy. Which of course, it has nothing to do with, microphone. It has nothing to do with Puerto Vallarta, but if you want to hear the details, just write the word priest in your comments. If you don't care, I don't blame you. But oh my goodness, how do these things happen in Mexico? I don't understand. Today is May 7, and I have other bits of news that I want to share with you, so I might as well jump onto the news. Yesterday was a weird day, by the way. You may or may not have noticed, but I used ChatGPT to write some of the news items, and it just felt so weird because it didn't sound like me. So I don't think we'll be doing that again, at least not the way I did it yesterday. There's a lot of interesting things that you can do with ChatGPT, but we're not going to get into that right now. Okay. So, okay. So the priest means that we will unleash the what the fuck parrot. Do we start with the priest or do we start with the news? Let me start with the news and then where is that what the fuck parrot? We're going to need it. We need to start with that if we're going to do the priest.
What the fuck?
Okay, enough. I will do an introduction to the priest because I really need to do some research on this. So a few days ago, a priest in his 70s was reported missing. I think it was in the state of Guerrero. Again, I need to dive into this with more detail. So a priest went missing, and then the priest appeared, and he was taken to the hospital where he was not able to speak for several days because of some drugs that he received. And I thought to myself, what kind of drugs can you get that prevent you from speaking over a course of several days. But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I didn't pay much attention to the news because it didn't have much to do with Puerto Vallarta. And people disappear in Mexico with certain regularity. So what can I tell you? I didn't pay attention. But this morning, I saw this other article that points to the increasing hostility going on between President Lopez Obrador's party and the church in Mexico. And things have been escalating with more and more priests saying, don't vote Morena, don't vote Morena. And what I read this morning just totally baffled me. According to the reports, the priest did not go missing. He entered a hotel with another person of the same sex, another guy, without any force or struggle. And then in the hotel, they found cocaine, they found Viagra, and they found condoms. So, was the priest really going at it? I doubt it. Was this a political setup to get back at the church in Mexico because of the increased hostility between the church and the prevailing party? I wouldn't be surprised. But it is just too freaking absurd. I mean, can Ryan Murphy make a series about this, please? And of course, I'm being very vague because I need to dive into this. What is definitely real is that the church doesn't like the Morena party. It shouldn't make a difference because by the book, we live in a country where church and state are separate entities. But when you have enough priests going around to their churchgoers and saying, don't vote for a certain party, of course, the parties get a little concerned. And that is what has me all dizzy this morning. Ronald says, it sounds like a setup. It totally sounds like a setup to me. I mean, I'm not 70 yet, and well, let's just say, well, never mind. You don't want to hear about my weather. Let's just go to the news. Oh, there is never a dull moment, even on days when there is not a lot of interesting news to share. Yesterday, the area surrounding Villa's Universidad, which is not far from the regional hospital, they went into a panic when an object resembling a grenade, yes, that little thing, was found on the road, and everybody thought, oh my God, it's a grenade. It's in the middle of the street. Let's go into a panic. But you know what? It was not a grenade. It was a dog toy shaped like a grenade. I've actually seen those at Petco. They are very cute, but they don't explode. But this didn't stop people from going a little nuts yesterday. What can I tell you? If you live in the upper part of, whoa, what did I do? Never mind. If you live in the upper part of El Centro, on El Cerro to be precise, and you don't have water this morning, you can blame it on Seapal because they are fixing some pipes in the area. Water is expected to be restored by 7 p.m. today. And in case you're wondering, the man responsible for that wild police car chase a couple of days ago is now in preventive jail, awaiting his trial after injuring his wife and a bunch of vehicles along the way. It will be determined on Friday whether the case proceeds or not. And I have to wonder, why would it not proceed? But what do I know? I'm not a lawyer. And we may not get too excited about Cinco de Mayo here in Mexico, but this did not stop Puerto Vallarta's Tourism Bureau from celebrating it at Times Square in New York, where they set up a booth to promote our destination. The initiative must have been co-sponsored by the private sector, as I see some local business logos in the main banner. Regardless, I hope that the campaign was successful. And speaking of campaign, government, Speaking of campaign, governor candidate Pablo Lemus, representing the Movimiento Ciudadano Party, has made a campaign promise for Puerto Vallarta. He has promised an exhibition center whose goal will be to promote young talent in our city. Yes, it was that vague a promise. I don't know what to tell you. My general outlook on the upcoming uh, elections has just become so disenchanted. It's not even funny. But what can I say? All I can say is I have this for you to take a look at, and then we'll take a look at the weather.
What's the deal with classical music? It turns out it's not all serious business. Delve into the chuckle-worthy compositions deliberately crafted to tickle your funny bone. Meet performers who thrive on adding a dash of humor to the classical scene. And let's not forget those unexpected hiccups during performances that turn into comedy gold. Join me for What's So Funny, where we will explore the lighter side of classical music because, well, why not? Grab your tickets for a laughter-filled evening this Thursday at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work. It's a steal at 300 pesos per person. Hurry, seats are as limited as a virtuoso's range.
It's a steal at 300 pesos per person. Is it really a steal? I found myself wondering after I came up with that line. If you ever find that my music appreciation presentations are too expensive, please let me know. I want to keep things right and flavorful for everyone. But not now. Now we are going to take a look at the weather. It is 27 degrees out there, 75% humidity. Yummy. And our weather forecast for today says it's going to be humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 29 and a low of 22. And it does feel schwitzy. Then tomorrow, humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 29 and a low of 21. And then Thursday, Music Appreciation Day, will be humid with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 29 and a low of 20. But fear not, we get to spend our quality time in an air-conditioned presentation room in case you decide to join us at the Joint. And moving right along, we have a couple of other announcements. We've mentioned this before, but as long as someone published a reminder, here it is. Mexico's Hot Sale, one of the most popular online retail events in our country, is coming from May 15th to the 23rd, with many popular brands offering special deals available online only. I will share the official website once again in the show notes in case you wish to keep track of this shopping opportunity. And these are amazing good news. Mexican writer Cristina Rivera has just been awarded the Pulitzer Prize for her book Liliana's Invincible Summer, A Sister's Search for Justice. The book, which is part memoir, part true crime story, offers a searing account of grief and the quest to bring her sister's murderer to justice years after the fact. The book, I did a quick search, is available on Amazon in Spanish and also in English and in multiple formats, hardcover, paperback, audio, and Kindle, in case you wish to read the book. And if you caught my reel from yesterday, I'm excited because we have not one but two guests for the spotlight tomorrow afternoon. We will enjoy the company of Jordan Carnegie, who is starring in a production of Hedwig at the Palm. He's going to tell us about his show. And then we're also going to be joined by Carmen Porras from Oculto, who will give us details about her upcoming 3-year anniversary celebration. So hopefully you will join the spotlight, which is beginning to become. It is getting exciting. I'm just happy that the word seems to be spreading around about the spotlight. So that makes me very, very happy. So let's see what you bring to the table today by switching over to our chit chat section. And where is my cursor? Here we go. Let's see what you have. I see good mornings, and I see good afternoons, and I see a violent night of storms. Sherry, I'm sorry that kept you up all night. We're waiting for rain down here. Mijal, it's great to see you. I hope Barry is looking and feeling better each day. Look at all of you saying priest. I will get more information about the priest story, because I think it's interesting to see it's interesting to me the meddling of church in state affairs, but it happens. Let's see. That parrot is totally my spirit animal, David. I can relate to that. You can have the what the fuck parrot as your own. Let's see. Absurd is right, says Pat. And Angelica says the church shouldn't be involved in politics. But I had a bad experience with a priest. I'm sorry to hear that. I just love the word should, because, there's such a distance between should and reality. It's not even funny. And this, my friends, brings us to the end of today's Coffee and Headlines. I will come back tomorrow with more news, as always. It's going to be a good day for me to continue doing the finishing touches for my presentation on Thursday. And I have a couple of other projects going on. I'm trying to find a system that allows me to create events and have people RSVP for them. And you're probably wondering why, and I'll tell you about it later. Oh, and something else that I want to schedule today is a new online live for members only. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I hope that whatever you're doing today is lots of fun. I hope you'll stay cool. I hope you'll stay happy. I hope you are watching good stuff on television. And I hope to see you again tomorrow with more coffee, headlines, and more connections. Have a good one.